Hi friends, in this video I will explain about system development methodologies related to object-oriented system analysis and design. Mainly, I discuss about waterfall methodology, spiral methodology, rapid application development, agile methodology. What is the software development methodology? Software development methodology is a process or series of processes used in software development. It is a framework that is used to structure, plan and control the process of developing an information system. And it is a structured process involved when working on a project. Throughout the years, various software development methodologies were introduced to capitalize on the available technologies and resources. System development life cycle. What is the system development life cycle? The system development life cycle, or SDLC, refers to a methodology with clearly defined processes for creating high quality software. There are 6 phases in system development life cycle. What are the phases? Planning, analysis, design, development, implementation and maintenance. Popular SDLC models mainly include the waterfall model, spiral model, rat model and agile model. Firstly, now I am going to discuss about waterfall model. What is the waterfall methodology? The waterfall system is also known as the waterfall model, the traditional model of software development life cycle. It is the traditional model, a model introduced for software development that model is a linear sequential software development process. This methodology often used to engineers in front-loaded to rely on carefully planning, delayed documentation and consecutive execution. Here the phases flow down gradually like a waterfall. This is the waterfall models and the phases of waterfall model: requirements, design, development, testing, deployment and maintenance. As it flows through the phases in one direction, less repetition and flexibility are required. Usually, the requirements of many projects change, especially after the customer pick it up. The traditional waterfall model does not recognize this situation. Therefore, it is a fundamental error. It is not possible to detect a fault at the requirement stage. It is very costly to rectify the error. This way it flows in same direction. So if an error occurs, the user's requirements change, it will be difficult to rebuild again. It is the main weak of waterfall model. Strength of waterfall method: easy to understand, easy to use, provide structure for inexperienced tasks, milestones are well understood, sets requirement stability, good for management control, plan, staff, track, works well when quality is more important than cost or schedule. Finished product will have a better quality, lower problem risk for well understood system by using familiar technology. A newcomer to the field can use this model. Also, if there are clear objectives or requirements, the waterfall model is better. What are the disadvantages of the waterfall methodology? The emphasis on pre-project planning and commitment to the specific progression of waterfall methodology means that is less flexibility or agile later in the game. Upcoming changes in the processes can be time-consuming or painful and costly. Disadvantages mainly higher cost, not flexibility and time-consuming. What are the situations where most appropriate? Projects that are large, expensive and complex. projects that include clear objectives and requirements. For a project team with inexperienced members, project with no immediate deadlines. It cannot be used for systems that are constantly updated and functions, and it is not suitable for large complex projects with different requirements. So, a situation where least appropriate, real-time system, event-driven system, leading edge application, large and complex project with requirements that are expected to alter with time. What is the difference between waterfall and agile approaches for project management? While the waterfall model relies on perfect planning to complete each stage before the next stage begins, agile is the most flexible, repetitive process that solves design, planning, execution, and testing tasks in short, repetitive cycles. With the waterfall, the customer usually does not play a practical role once their needs have been met. With agile, the customer has more input throughout the development. With the waterfall model, difficult to handle our project with the changes of requirements. But agile methods, we can easily handle our project with the agile method. Second method, spiral methodology. What is the spiral methodology? Spiral model is a combination of sequential and prototype model. The spiral model is similar to the enhancement development of a system and focuses more on risk analysis. The spiral model has 4 stages: design, layout, construction, and evaluation. A software project repeatedly goes through these stages of repetition. It is called spiral in the format. This is the most used model today. Due to the problem with the traditional software process, Barry Bohm introduced a better method, spiral model, in 1986. What's the history of spiral model? The problem with traditional software process model is that they do not adequately deal with the uncertainty inherent in software project. Major software projects have failed due to ignoring project risks, and no one was prepared when something unexpected happened. Barry Bohm recognized this and sought to integrate the project risk factor into the life cycle model. The result is the spiral model proposed in 1986. This is the spiral model. 4 stages in spiral model. One is identification, second evaluation or risk analysis, third development and test, fourth plan the next iteration. The radial dimension of model represents the cumulated cost of the model, and each path around the spiral symbolized in cost increases. The angular dimension represents progress made at the completion of each cycle. Each loop of the spiral x-axis represents a phase. One stage is roughly divided in 4 main areas of significant activities. Well, those are 4 main areas. This is the spiral model. This is the point of start. Firstly, start from requirements plans. Secondly, concept of requirements, then concept of operation. And in here, this is the prototype 1. Prototype 1 requirements. Before the prototype 2 start, the requirements are identified and the risks are identified. Now, after the prototype 1 requirements, verify and validate. In third stage and fourth stage, develop the plan. Then fill the prototype too. Now we are in second prototype. Now we create a draft, and it is also validate and verify the draft. In this method, we can decrease the most of errors. What is the prototype mean? Prototype is the only way we can do more. Here are we prototypes to create this draft. Now start our works. After the prototype 2, draft will verification and validate. Now test our draft and our next stage, operational prototype. After the operational prototype, detailed design, code, integration, test, implemented, and release our project. In here, you can see waterfall model after the operational prototype. Now we can understand this spiral method is combination of waterfall method and prototyping. Strength of spiral model: flexibility, risk handling, customer satisfaction, strong approval and documentation control. It is suitable for high risk project where business needs may be unstable. A highly customized product can be developed using this. Limitation of the spiral model: high cost, complexity, hard to manage time, end of the project may not be known early. It is not suitable for low risk project. Then move our next slide. Third methodology, rapid application development methodology. Rapid application development model is linear sequential software development process that has much faster development and higher quality results than those achieved with the traditional software development life cycle. Was not very effective. We also use this model mainly. This is a linear sequence. The waterfall model is not one linear. It is the bit similar, but it the not line. How did RAT model comes about? In this 1997, Barry Boehm, James Martin and others identify the following. Software is not a raw material resource. They saw the software as what it was for. It could be customized indefinitely. Boehm and Martin took advantages of the software's inherent flexibility in designing their development models, the spiral model and the James Martin RAT model respectively. Since then, rapid application development has evolved to take other forms and act as the precursor to agility. This is the rapid application development. You can see it is a linear sequence. There are 5 essential stages on RAD model. First stage, business modeling. The information flow among business function is modeled in a way that answers the following question. Here is how to get the information. What information drives the business process? What information is generated? Who generated? Where does it information go? Who process it? Once you answer these questions, the first step of the RAD model will be completed. This business modeling similar to the requirement stages of waterfall model. This is the requirements model in waterfall model. this requirement stages is similar to the this RAD model in business modeling. Second stage, data modeling. All the information gathered during the business modeling phase is analyzed. Through the analysis, the information grouped into different groups that may be useful to the company. The quality of each data set is truly checked and accurate description is given. A relationship between these groups and their utility as defined in the business formatting step is also established at this stage of the RAD model. Stage 3, process modeling. What is the process modeling? Process modeling is convert to all the information collected during the data modeling step in group usable information. During the process formatting phase, changes and optimization can be made and the data sets can be further defined. Any description for adding, deleting or modifying the data object is created at this stage. Stage 4, application generation. The application generation step is to encrypt all the information gathered and build the system used to create prototype. The create data models are converted into real prototype that can be tested in next step. In application generation, prototype is generated using further defined information. Stage 5, testing and turnover. Since the RAD process lays emphasis on the reuse of the existing components, large number of programs components have already been tested. They minimize the times of testing and development and save a lot of time. The testing and turnover phase allow to reduce the overall test time of the prototype data. Each model is tested separately, quickly identify and adapt components to create a more effective process. Those are the stages of RAD method. Now we can see what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the RAD model. What are the advantages? Requirements can be changed at any time. Encourage and priority of customer feedback. Review are quick. Development time is drastically reduced. More productivity and fewer people. Time between prototype and iteration is short. Integration is a problem since it integrates from project inception. What are the disadvantages of RAD? Need strong team collaboration. Cannot work with large team. Need highly skilled developers. Need user requirements throughout the life cycle of the product. Only suitable for projects which have a small development time. More complex to manage when compared to other models. Time is highly consuming. More complex to manage when compared to the models. Only system which can be modular can be developed using rapid application development. What are the situations where most appreciate in RAD model? Project is of small to medium scale and short duration. Project scope in focus such that the business objectives are well defined and narrow. Application is highly iterative, has a clearly defined user group and is not computationally complex. Situation where least appropriate. Real time or safety critical system. Project scope is broad and the business objective are observed. Very large infrastructure project, particularly large distributed information system. Now I move next slide. Fourth methodology, Agile methodology. What is the Agile methodology? Agile is the very flexible approach to software development tailored to the need of modern team. It facilitates a repetitive approach highlighting continuous improvements to meet highly quality server distribution collaboratively. Agile is an umbrella term for a set of methods and practices based on the values and principles expressed in the Agile manifesto. That is the way of thinking that enables teams and business in innovate, quickly respond to change demand while mitigating risk. This method can give us a quick response to change as well as handle these at risk. My next slide. This is the Agile umbrella. Below the umbrella are some methods: Scrum, Crystal, Kanban, XP, FDD, DSDM, Roop. There is an arrow. There are above more prescriptive, more rules to follow, and below more adaptive or fewer rules to follow. You can see Roop. Roop is the Roop has more rules than XP, and XP has the more rules than the Scrum and the less rules than the Roop. Kanban is the least rules than the Scrum. What is the Agile frameworks? Agile frameworks are lightweight compared traditional development methods, which means that rules and practices are kept in minimum. Agile frameworks: Scrum, Extreme Programming, Crystal, Kanban, Dynamic System Development, Feature-Driven Development. Benefit of Agile development: flexibility to manage changing priorities, team-centered collaboration, instant visibility with context, superior product quality and faster time to market. And disadvantages of Agile methodology: poor resources planning, limited document, fragmented output, no infinite, and difficult measurement. Agile is the most appropriate in any urgent project in significance, complexity and novelty, and included software development and waiting. Agile isn't universal. Some product companies and teams simply cannot work effectively with Agile frameworks. These may include healthcare, financial or other types or strictly regulated organization. Now end my discuss about methodologies and say thank you for you.